we haven't had big news. And like, if you're a fight fan, and I know that you are, but getting news, that's kind of the lifeblood of what we do. For me over here, as your talking head, I will die if there isn't news. It has to be something. I then will decide if it was good news, if it was wise news, it was a waste of news. But it's still news. And Tom Aspinall hooked us. Tom Aspinall, that dirty dog, puts out that he's got huge news. The biggest news. His biggest news. And he makes us wait till my time, 1 o'clock. So I wait. And I'm ready. I got a camera nearby. Tom's going to bring it to us. I'm going to bring it to you. What do you think Tom's news was? You think that he has a fight coming up, don't you? Yeah, because that would make sense considering he's the heavyweight champion of fighting. No, it was a pre-drink. Pre-drink is something you drink before you have a regular drink. So let's say that you're a civilized human being like myself and you want to have a Coke. Before your Coke, you will have a pre-Coke. So you open it up and you put it and you dump it in and it like gets you these nutrients and electrolytes. It's all garbage. It's all snake oil. But the point was, Tom is now trolling. Tom is now frustrated. So I wanted to talk to Tom. And Daniel happened to be talking to Tom when I wanted to talk to Tom. So I just said to Daniel, talk to Tom for me. Ask him if he'll come on. I want to talk with Tom. I want to find out what he knows. Because one thing that I'm convinced of is that the UFC is talking to Tom. And the UFC is talking to Jon. But I'm also convinced that Tom doesn't know what the UFC is talking with Jon about. I'm convinced of that. Generally, it'd be no different than trying to pick a fight on the playground. Some little instigator goes over and tells this guy, he said blah, blah, blah. And then goes back and goes, well, he says blah, blah, blah. And they do this back and forth until a time and a place is set. Like the sophistication of the octagon and the millions of dollars paid really doesn't get set up any different than the fight in third grade does on recess. But I don't think that's happening here. I think it's just a different matter of business, a different matter of going about things. I don't think there's a colossal grand theme or conspiracy to what I'm telling you. I just don't think that Tom has the information in terms of where Jon's heart at, what the negotiation looked like, what Jon has said, or what has been said to Jon. I don't think Tom has that. And that's what I want to ask him. I want to bring him on. I just want to ask him, not about him. I know about Tom. Tom's our guy. Tom comes out. He does media every couple of days. You get to know what Tom had for breakfast if you wanted to. But I don't think that Tom has really any idea what Jon had for breakfast, if you follow the analogy. And I'd like to get to a little of that. And Daniel asked Tom on my behalf if he'll come on over here. And Tom said no, but he didn't say no because it was, he wanted to make it clear. No one's getting a yes. And the reason is because he's frustrated. This is Tom talking. These are Tom's exact words. Hey, Daniel, tell Chael I'm not coming on over there, but I'm not doing interviews anywhere. I'm frustrated. I have nothing left to talk about. This is what Tom says. Now, see, this is an interview. This actually is something. Nothing is something, right? Bruce Lee himself said having no strategy going into a fight is a strategy. So Tom having nothing to talk about because he's frustrated, because he's already said it all, because he has not gathered any new information to the point that it's making him mad against his own allies. Tom would look at Daniel and, of course, Chael as inner circle. And he's telling us no. Because internally, it's driving him crazy. Now, don't forget where Tom stands. Just, I don't want you to forget that. Tom is not demanding Jon Jones. Tom is demanding the interim title. Now, Tom is fine if you would like to do that through the media. If you would like to drop that belt in FedEx and deliver it to him, he's fine. He's even fine having to fight for it. Bring in Ciryl Gane. Bring in Volkov. Those are the top guys. And I'd like to see something good happen to Volkov. I happen to like the way Volkov is going about his career right now. Bring in Jon if you want. You choose how all that works. Just guarantee me that the belt comes with it. Okay. Jon is not in that same school. Jon is not giving options. Jon is not saying, I'm not interested in Tom. However, I would fight Volkov, or I would fight Ciryl again. And I'm only sharing that there is a real juxtaposition here, not to mention the UFC at some point can offer Aspinall many different opponents. The UFC at no point will offer Jon many opponents. Nor should they even consider it. That's what the undisputed belt represents, that you will take on anybody. If the undisputed champion will take on anybody, there should never be a debate of will he take on the interim champion. The answer is, of course, yes. And you know, now that I just broke that down for you guys, I was a little bit frustrated. I think Tom's right. That topic is frustrating. And if you don't have a little glimmer of hope, you know, I referenced Volkov and my affection for Volkov a moment ago. But Volkov was out doing interviews. He's out taking grappling matches. He's out making videos, getting on the internet, coming online, getting in your guys' face. And Volkov has openly said, as a human being who's lived a life of sacrifice just for a goal of being champion, we now have 2 belts, neither of which are being defended. Volkov said, I would have thought that I woke up and it was my lucky day. My opportunity has doubled. But Volkov said, I woke up today, I have no opportunity. They're frozen, and they're both frozen. How would one get stopped, let alone 2 at the same time? That's a great question by Volkov, and it's a fair point by Tom when he says this topic is frustrating.